There's a mox. Something isn't right with her. Could be cyberpsychosis. My client's in danger. You need to get him out of it. Would really appreciate your help on this. Feeds attached.
Appreciate my help, how much? What are you willing to do for me, Regina? You type SOS Merc needed target L contest what location max warehouse and launch or north details. Got a call from an old Cantos. Guys, a known quantity in the area, crack BD Turner. 200 used to work for WNS News till he got axed for wait, used to work for a news network? What the hell do I want to save this dumbass for? Till he got axed for fraud. His business strictly street now. Black it even matters. Hell's got himself in an interesting stitch. He was tuning a BD for the Mox and must have fucked up because one of the girls went off the handle after she put on the wreath. Started screaming and shooting at everything that moved. Hell managed to find a place to hide, but it's only a matter of time before she gets him. You're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Sending you the warehouse coordinates where Hal's holed up. Again, in case you missed it, there's an active shooter in the building. Uh-huh. Really? Go in with your iron at the ready. Eddie's will reach you only if Hell makes it out alive. Yeah, that's a cyber site. That's quite a challenging mission. I might want to wait for you to do that one. As a matter of fact, I think I'll wait until I get some more upgrades for that one. Now, because they got the RPG elements on the characters leveling up, like there's certain areas. Rage 2 had that as well, and there's other games, even like Far Cry games have that, where you go, if you go into like certain areas from the starting areas, things will get really challenging because you're like exploring beyond where like the game is designed to like. Since they're open map games, what the game designers are attempting to do is to like pace the game and like so that you explore and do side missions and stuff. They're attempting to gate certain areas off by leveling, and it's just like sometimes if you don't do the leveling, if you don't like pay attention to where you're at. And like try to like in this game, if you're like just starting out and you go into a very high level, I mean it's like you're pretty much not going to make it through there because they'll just absorb so many bullets that it's like you can't even. It just takes like ridiculous amount of ammunition to take down like one enemy. I understand Western culture. It's like, and there's so many games that come out that everybody just like wants to play. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, but it's like you spend like sometimes, you know, with like pre-orders and like even like this game. The demo for this came out like 2.5 years. Would be like 2 years before the actual release of the game. And then you had people that were aware of this when they first announced it, so they waited 8 years for it to come out. You know, game designers they announce a game, and then everybody's like can't wait for the game to come out, and they spend all their time waiting for it to come out. And then as soon as it comes out, they go through the game as fast as possible so they can like give it a review, or they just play through it as fast as they can. and then they're like on to the next game, you know, just like whatever. It's like I've said before, a decent, an actual legitimate review of this game, I would say you'd have to play it for at least, especially after it's been patched and there's not as many. Because when I first started playing this, it did like, even on the PC, and it would crash like just a hard crash to the desktop, like every, 20 to 30 hours, which isn't, it's not. I mean, it could be worse, right? And then maybe a glitch here and there. But now there's hardly any glitches. The performance, frame rate's improving. It hasn't crashed in like 2 playthroughs for me. I haven't had any crashes in 2 playthroughs. And it's just... And like reviewing like a game that's maybe a 20-hour single-player campaign or a multiplayer game, I could see playing it for something like that for 15, 20 hours and then giving it a review, because that's like if you're reviewing Crisis 3 and you complete it in 8 hours, you can give a review of it. But a game that takes anywhere from, I mean, if you just do all the content, all the missions without really doing a lot of looting and reading everything, you can probably finish all this content in maybe 100, 110 hours. So you're talking about 100 to 110 hours of missions and objectives, exploring, dialogue, and all that. And like, let's say, compare this to being a movie. That would be, given a review of something that takes 110 hours to play through and complete all the objectives, that would be like someone walking into an hour-and-a-half movie, watching 10 minutes of it, walking out of the theater and giving a review of it. Did I level up? No. there's also, this game gives you, I haven't played a lot of RPGs, but I've played a lot of these newer open map games where you've got like a bunch of objectives, and side missions, and even like Just Cause. Like a lot of Just Cause is like these games where you just go around and collect up like 300 items, and they're just like numbers on a list. It doesn't do it. It doesn't. You don't get anything. It's just that you pick up an item and it shows up on a list. Like, whereas almost everything in this game that you pick up, even if it's just junk, it has a purpose. It has a reason for it being in the world. And I mean, like I said, like I haven't even used managed plates. I've used monowire a few times, and there's still like all the different types of skill attributes, skill trees. That, I mean, this is my 5th playthrough, and I average 135 to 140 hours of playthrough. And I've probably only got to like half of the different attributes. And there's just so many different approaches you can take. You got the stealth, you got quick haps, and then combat. There's just so many different ways to approach each combat area that there's just so much variety in this game that to play it for 10 or 20 hours and give it a review is just nonsense. And I'm not saying that just because this is a really good game. It's one of the best first-person shooters. It's one of the best first-person shooters. And I've probably played over 100 shooters, and this is one of the best. I mean, for a first-person shooter, plus all the different elements in it. But also, it's from a general perspective, like, because when you, as a gamer, as a reviewer, you have a responsibility to the audience and to the individuals that you know that might want it, because like I don't really base on whether or not I play a game on a review or when somebody else says about it. I just look at the graphics of the game and I see the systems and see what the game looks like. I don't purchase a game based on whether or not somebody gave it a good review or not, or a number on a review. I purchase the game if I just look at what it looks like, and then I purchase it. But a lot of individuals purchase games based on what somebody else says about the game. And if you're reviewing a game, especially if you're a well-known reviewer where you've got lots of thousands of audience members that watch your stuff on a regular basis, and you come out and review a game that you've played for 15 or 20 hours, and one playthrough takes over 100 hours, you have a responsibility to represent the game. Bugs and glitches aside, but the actual content of the game, you have a responsibility to present the game in context and to what it actually is, instead of complaining and bitching about what you don't like about the game. I think a lot of reviewers, instead of being negative, should focus on what the good, positive things about it, instead of this whole mentality of just review a game and then move on to the next game. Because you have a responsibility. Because when you give a negative review, it's like I gave you the example, like if it was a movie. If I gave a review, if I walked into a movie that's an hour and a half long, and I walk out at 10 minutes of the movie and I don't like it, the way it was, like I don't like the story wasn't any good, and I didn't like the pacing, and it was really slow, and it wasn't inspiring or anything. I didn't like the movie. Don't go see it. but it might be actually a really good movie, but I don't know because I only watched 10 minutes of it. And so I'm not being responsible enough to watch the entire movie and give an objective review balanced with some subjectives and let the audience know that that's my preference when I go watch a movie. Same thing for a game. You should, if you're going to review a game properly, you should give your preferences on what kind of games you like. Like if you don't play a lot of first-person shooters or whatever type of game you're reviewing, let your audience know that. Also, if you don't enjoy that kind of game, but you're reviewing it just to give your opinion on it, let the audience know that as well. Because what happens is you got all these individuals coming out and giving negative reviews of a game that they haven't played enough to really give an objective or even a subjective perception of. And individuals that might have went and purchased it don't go and purchase it because of those negative reviews, and they see negative and after negative review, and so that affects the bottom line of the game designers and the publishers that invested the time and money and have investors and stakeholders and shareholders that are investing in, like this game, CD Projekt Red, and the publishers. They invested 8 years. It was time. They had to come out. They had to do something because they had already invested so much money in it that they couldn't just keep prolonging it and keep pushing the release date back and back and back and back. I mean, they could have waited until 2050 to release this if it was going to be everything that everybody was expecting. But beyond expectations, individuals let their imaginations run wild, and they were expecting something that was never going to be in the first place. But my point about putting out improper reviews is that it affects the sales of the game. So you might have a really good game. Everybody that's watching this knows of a game that you like, but that didn't, like you said, like, wonder why did they never make a sequel? Why did this game was a really good game, and you know there's a lot of other individuals that you know online or you know that live in your neighborhood or whatever, and you play computer games together and stuff, and you go, yeah, why did they never make a sequel? Because that they got so many negative reviews that the game didn't sell well. Like, I can give you an example. There's a game that came out, I think it was 2011, 2012, called Syndicate, and that was a really good game, especially for that time. And it had a lot of kind of stuff like this, and there's actually some things in this that I think there might have been game designers working on, or they took CD Projekt Red took some ideas from the designers of that Syndicate. That was it was a first-person shooter from 2011. It was a really, really, really good game, and but it never. I think it only sold like, I don't even think it sold 1 million copies because it got so many negative reviews, and it didn't really get a AAA advertising, so they didn't really get the message out there. But that's all I'm saying is as a reviewer, y'all need to be more responsible with your reviews. speak Russian in my country. This is America. Huh. I don't think there was any way to get that one. I didn't see. This container with some stuff in it. Okay, transport's there. Mark the right container. Revere Courier Services will be by tomorrow to pick it up. Day after tomorrow. It'll be across the border. Alright, on my way. So when you get there, mark the right container with TCX. That's the agreement with River CS. But careful around there. It's easy to catch a shiv in the ribs. Come on. Or a bullet in the face from a superstar mercenary. Music in this game is really, really cool. I mean, there's some songs in here, like I like to listen to rock music and stuff. That's kind of the genre that I listen to all different kinds of genres over the years, but rock is my rock music, hard rock. There's some songs in here on the radio that I'm like, they're good enough. There's some good rock bands, some good musicians that I like to listen to the soundtrack outside of the game. And I don't usually play many games here. I mean, they got some good soundtracks, but where I'd actually even listen to some music outside of the game. That's saying something about the quality of the music in this game. There's even some genres that I don't even wouldn't even listen to. Like I don't even listen to a lot of machine sounds. But there's some pretty creative, even dance tracks and some machine sounding songs in this. And this right now either.
Something in North Side just erupted, and apparently it's got maelstromers hauling ass out of there.
I'm not gonna see any gang activity around Braithwaite can safely rule out any skull settling. Seems to be one of the maelstroms just had a bad day or died. His implants a little too high, hard to tell when it comes to them. All I know is the rest showed up at the wrong time in a bloodbath ensued. I'm getting on I've been on cyberpsychosis here in Maelstrom's hottest. Harshest welcomes don't come close to theirs. You were saying?
See what's going on exactly and let me know.
Yeah. My vehicle's not taking any damage.
Huh. What's this?
There was a, Alright, are there any assholes around here I can shoot? Oh, these scumbags. Dude. Some corrupt asshole pretending to be a police chief making sense. Real police officers ought to be fucking murdered, sick bastards.
something in Northside just erupted, and apparently it's got maelstromers hauling ass out of there. See what's going on exactly and let me know.
That'll come in handy. No, we can't have you out here looking like that. Here you go. Richard, boy, got something urgent. Sure, I'm all ears. We got a report of a suspicious van and NID, tapped out windows, no plates. Drone images show people inside. Could have something to do with your guy's case, but you gotta act fast. Understood. Run away. Thanks, Reggie. I knew I could count on you. It's an honor to serve alongside boys like you. Thanks, Chief. Turned out he's not a chief. He was just another asshole wearing a freaking costume. Boys are on their way. Should be like sitting ducks at a shooting range. Alright, asshole. We'll take care of it. Good, thanks. Nothing worse than a bunch of brown-nosing go-getters. Yeah, nothing like a bunch of officers fighting for law and order, asshole. No problem. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And you can both scratch your backs if you know, assholes.
Reporting an arrest. Suspect found in possession of illegal substances. stand by on SDF, okay? You have to take a call back. 6-1 Adam. 6-1 Adam.
Got reports of illegal data copying and transfer. Netwatch requests urgent response.
Continue the response. Holding one at 496 yet.
Initiating raid on illegal genetic clinic. Over and out.
Advise, alive and advise 184.
1 DVO.
If you stand by on SDF, okay? You have to take a call back.
Corpo side suspect apprehended. Detain or eliminate. Over.
I don't know if this river dock is open yet. Isn't this,
For any fire precinct unit that is command grade for 7. Continue the response.
yeah. I got the scumbags in my sights. Yeah, send about 5 body bags. I got assholes to kill.
All NCPD subcons. APB out for suspect accused of organized crime activity near Ross Street and Shipyard Way. Scavengers dressed like Elena Sidorova, presumed armed and dangerous, have assaulted multiple homeless persons. Night City officials are offering a reward for neutralizing the threat.
Under heavy fire! Stay with me! Got problems?
Don't you dare fucking even put a scratch on that squad car, assholes.
Move!
Trying to kill me with a grenade. Stay away from that. Why don't you just do yourself a favor and get in the back seat of that squad car? Arrest yourselves. Why don't you do something smart for once in your life? Get in the back seat of that squad car, asshole. It's either that or a body bag. This badass with a double-barrel shotgun, he took about fucking 20 shots. You're pretty tough for a while. What the fuck are you supposed to be? Alright, all the scumbags are dead. Scram, beat it, get out of here. Go do some construction work. This is taken care of. That's one of my gripes. One of my only remaining gripes is this. After you do a rescue, they don't, it's like, go. That's not immersive. That's an immersion breaker right there. Yeah, I don't think this is open. Can you go in here before? Maybe.
How's biz treating you, Cassius?
Lately? Can't complain. MaxTac raided a black clinic not long past.
Whatever, I need some fucking...
Since then, custom accounts gone up, and
armor
so my
games.
prices. Coincidence? You decide.
Let's see what's good.
Take your pick.
Yeah, it hasn't, Wakako has it, that's... I gotta go to Japantown to get that for the, Smart Link. I don't usually use that, the smart weapons, but... Let's see what we got here. Let's go. Don't I have one of those already? Thermal. Oh, grab that. Alright. Armor increases armor. No, Kuroshi. Oh, Vic has those. Level requirements. Cora to get, crit chance damage. Increase. So restores 40% health. I was owned. I have that owned, but I gotta be at 10 body for that. Restores 40. I want to get there's I think there's the legendary biomonitor of that. Yeah, it's down in the city center. Slows time for 2 seconds when you're detected by enemies. Oh yeah, one of my favorite cyberware. I don't usually like to use this aim and shit, because sometimes when I'm aiming I don't want it to slow down. And it's like, I don't like every time you aim it slow, so I don't usually use that. But I do like this, when you're detected, when it slows down time for 2 seconds, that's really useful when entering combat, when you're detected, because it's like, it gives you a couple second quick hit to strategize and respond faster. Right, systems, rare, I think I'll wait. Yeah, that's 15. I gotta get double jump. There we go. Game becomes twice as fun. Still need 21. I still got like 13 maybe. What's the street cred for these again? 20. Lose an electroshock charge. I don't use that. ever since. Like being near explosives. Those will set off explosives too, so I don't usually like using that. Alright, that's something. Okay, cool, alright. Good seeing ya. Hi. You wanna get together as soon as you get off work and go get something to eat or something? I know we were talking about it. Magic trick. Oh, there's a really cool sniper rifle, but I don't. This is a. I don't think I've ever. Oh shit! I forgot. I don't know if I can.
Я тебя урою нахер!
I'm gonna need that sniper rifle from you. Supposed to climb up the ladders. What the fuck? What the fuck am I gonna do with a wrench? Damn, you're tough. Oh. What the
Shit!
Here we go again with the fucking... Actually not much better, but...
Ashes here! Stop fucking around!
See this? This is what's gonna happen to you if you don't turn back. See that? Now get the hell out of here.
No! Get information! Ashes in gear! Stop fucking around!
Where's... Tough stuff. If there's anything back here. I got plenty of bullets for you too. Hold on a second. I gotta go up here and make sure I... Why are you just standing there? Yo, bro, get out of here. Go do something. How you doing? Having a relaxing day? You're gonna spy, are you? There's still some more enemies down there. Isn't this an organized crime? Yeah. There's like 3 different ways to enter. Down at the other end is a road that leads into to a camp area, and then the area I just went from the Ripper Dock up there on the walkway, and then up also the other where I usually the first couple of times I play the game is up through the garage entrance up from the street, and that's the most challenging to get through there because the sniper is positioned right there as you're going down the garage ramp. Did I thank you for the sniper rifle? Thanks, asshole. I think there's something up there too. Swan dive. Form, fashion, style over substance. You were tough. Yeah, you took like freaking 6 revolver bullets right to the head. So graceful. And I don't know why they, for some reason, sometimes you can't get the components off of drones, Terminators. Crafting spec for the bus submachine guns that I hardly ever use. They're rare though. Upgrading iconic weapons and clothing. You've just received an iconic item along with a set of iconic crafting specs. You can use these to upgrade to a higher rarity, substantially increasing its power. Iconic weapons and clothing can be found all over Night City and are uniquely capable of increasing their rarity with the right materials and crafting perks. When a higher rarity iconic item is crafted, the lower rarity version is destroyed. Wow, increases armor. I gotta go up to back to Ripper Dock. And that. So what's the gig? Miss Sidorova, we've known each other for some time now. Yeah. Get to the point. What does an NCP police commissioner want from me? I'm not writing as police commissioner. This is a private matter. Sure, and it's about those bums on that lot in NID. You know which lot I'm talking about. The one that Scott-sucking bastard bought. He's a developer. But yes, that one. To put it simply, the bums have to disappear. Could you make that happen for us? We don't want to make it official though, NCPD channels. Through NCPD channels. We thought this was a personal thing. Fine, could you make that happen for me? I can offer good cred. Fine, we'll take care of the bums. But you gotta block your patrols while we're there. So we won't have to fuck your boys up too. Consider it done. Scumbags up in scumbags. Why don't you just have them... Why don't you tell them to leave? Sure there's some more enemies down here.
Fucking coward! Hiding like a child.
Huh? Staying alive. I'm not hiding, I'm stealthy. I'm being stealthy. It's called strategizing.
Hey, you dirty rat! I can smell you.
Trademark infringement. That kind of blowback, she better leave a glowing review for her.
See? Strategy. Works every time. Almost every time. That time it worked. If I were you, I wouldn't do biz with Falter and his chooms. They're, wicks. We can't be trusted. I know. So far, he's playing nice. Plus, he paid. So this is happening. Have it your way. I'm rounding up the muscle and heading your way. Good. You 100% sure we won't get ambushed? Nope. But worst case scenario, we just lose them. Ow.
Not my problem, man. Fix it yourself.
Sometimes you gotta do things you don't want to.
Fucking coward! Hiding like a child.
How dare you avoid!
Sniping like a champ. almost every part of this game, the level variety, the weapons, everything's a different, like the placement, the different ways you can approach. Everything is so well thought out in this game. They really put a lot of thought. There's a lot of thoughtfulness game in the game design. Level structure, city structure. Some of the messaging and some of the characters and the NPCs, some of the text messages, some of the things are like stereotypical. The main dialogue and everything is just top notch. Script writing, just the whole concept of the engram and everything is just really cool. Alright, let's go pay this set off. Oh, first I want to go hit this. Increase armor. The legendary of that, I think, is 200 plus armor, I think. Because that's rare, and then there's epic, and then legendary, I think. Legendary, yeah. So the rest of this stuff, too. Precision rifle. Those are precision. I use power precision rifles once in a while, but the attack is that's not quite the range of a sniper rifle. So I might as well just I don't know. They have like twice the attack speed, but it's not quite. Doesn't do that quite as much damage. And besides this, headshot damage multiplier is 3 on this tech sniper rifle. I usually don't use these sidearms. Every once in a while.
What's your rush?
No, nothing. What's yours? You need to stop and like chat for a while? Huh? Use your balance? You clumsy?
It's hot today.
Yeah, it's getting even hotter with you out here in those hot red pants. Wanna go for a ride? I got a remote control car. I can just press a button and then my car shows up. See that? Or it's supposed to anyway.
Mike can't say on air for reasons of personal and global
Mike, is that
security.
you?
And she once told me that she knew the real origins of the net. As friends, she's been around. She started running back before the data crash. When the
Imagine
deep
what
net was
kind of
open
sick,
to all.
twisted mind would come
She
up with
survived the crash,
a world
dodged
like
the
this,
rabbits,
where everybody's
persevered to the net watch
degenerate,
purchase and watched Blackwall go
sick,
over their own virtual
twisted,
lives, and she's not one
garbage
to make up
everywhere.
fairy
What kind of
tales.
sick, twisted individual.
So
would
why am I
design a
telling
world
this?
like this? Oh, we're not gonna. Thought that was
I'm telling you this because what she told me seemed unbelievable at first. So she tells me after a bottle and a half of Joe Teal, Mike, she says, the net isn't what it seems. She continued by asking me a question. Why do you think Bartmoss named them demons anyway? Because that's what they are. Rich didn't invent the net. He discovered it. She looked me dead in the eyes and she said, the net is hell. And Bartmoss opened the door. So over the next few hours, she lays out her case. She talked about the similarities between, how'd she put it, hyperfractus stratified computational data synthesis and the practices of the legendary Scholomance. She said that Netwatch has its origins in the Vatican and that the Blackwall sings in Aramaic. Now, listeners, you know I'm a skeptical guy. I don't run every rumor I hear despite what my detractors might
You
say.
should talk to somebody other than
And I might have kept this one to
somebody,
myself.
some
for
broad
the
that
fact
talks
that
that
I've
stuff on
known her
freaking
for
Illusion
ages.
Channel.
And
Would
she's
you
not a
watch
kook.
where you're going? You see, I got the right
So
of
what do you
way.
folks think? I'd love to hear from some of the runners of my audience. I'm here to listen.
I think sometimes my audio, I think sometimes the loudness level of the music lowers sometimes. It's supposed to be louder. What's up, Gary? The prophet.
But they are not human, no. But then
What are
what, you
they?
ask? Reptilian!
Of course.
You can recognize them by their cold blue eyes. Creatures born centuries ago on the Antarctic ice sheet. They hide their true faces under masks of human skin. Two-faced snakes, oppressors of humanity!
You mean like the ones out in Washington, D.C. right now?
If it's such a big giveaway, won't they just install optics? Or use contact lenses at least?
If it were only so simple! They are reptiles! Their nervous system isn't compatible with human cybernetics!
Then why not have their own Rippers invent some?
Are you sure they haven't already? And where did this filth slither out from, you ask?
Antarctica, you said that already.
Today they hide amidst the snow and ice of the South Pole. Step by step usurping our crown as creation's chosen! Millions of years ago, they evolved from dinosaurs to become
You
the
don't happen
world's
to have a
first
headache or
advanced,
anything over there, do you?
intelligent race.
Oh!
And who is their progenitor? Their masters? The
What?
scientists of
Where
Alpha
y'all going?
Centauri!
Thought we were gonna party. What? Aren't you gonna party with Gary the
Radio
prophet?
waves bear the truth. Let those with ears listen and
I got
those
ears.
with eyes behold.
I got eyes.
I recognize you.
You do?
You come here often.
The guy that gives
Your
you
eyes tell
$100
me
every time I
that
show
your
up?
mind has opened to the truth.
Huh?
Will you provide a
I don't know
humble
about
donation
that, but
so that I may
open
continue
to,
my mission?
getting another side quest. Here you go.
Do good work. Use this to wake Night City up.
Thank you for your devotion. I saw a disciple of truth in you from the very beginning.
You saw a Decipher of Collector
Their
of
mothership
Side Quest?
conceals itself above our very heads.
When do we, hey CD Projekt Red, when do we get to go into this nightclub?
They have already won.
Give you something to look at while you're pole dancing.
Jackie gave you these cards, right? I remember when he asked me to help him pick the right deck.
Mm-hmm. He picked just the thing for me, too. I feel a real connection to this deck. We could lay out a spread for you now, if you like.
Lay out a spread? Sure, you want a spread for me? Yeah, I love it. Great, put the cards aside and do a spread for me. Right here on the counter? Right in the middle of the shop? That's kind of kinky. All right, let's go for it.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Focus on the recent past and what you expect
Spread, Misty.
the world reversed.
Do the
You
spread.
stand at the beginning of your journey. It will be nothing like you think.
Do
and
the
longer
spread,
than you
Misty.
imagine.
Do the spread.
The Lovers reversed. You are surrounded by a force that will challenge you. You will also come into conflict with another inner force. The Star, also reversed.
That's me.
You will have to overcome unknown desires
The superstar.
and sever a strong tie with something I can't quite make out.
Can't make out. You can make out.
Reverse death.
You want to make out?
Your
I
adversaries
thought
will
you were
turn
gonna
you
spread
against
it.
yourself. The journey will
I thought
bring
you were
either
gonna give me the
transformation
spread.
or destruction.
Doesn't sound so good.
No, not at all. But don't worry. I probably just read the cards wrong.
Yeah, you probably don't know what you're doing, right? Well, I didn't pay you anyway, right? You want to give me some money now? Thanks, Misty. Who cuts your hair anyway? You want to do a spread for me now, Misty? The perfect time. Yeah, I know it's about 10 in-game hours, but
Finally scrounged up enough eddies to pay you back in full.
Hold on to him just in
You're
case.
the best Ripper
You
Doc
need him more
in
than
town.
me.
I'm not taking them all the way to my grave, Vic. Here. And thanks again for doing so much work on me without ever seeing an Eddie.
That's what friends are for.
Was thinking about swapping some chrome. You got any new toys?
Have a look.
Did I have one of those? Epic plus processor. Say 15. Oh, by the time I get the money for that, I'll just probably get the legendary version. And I get bound. I think legendary is ricochets twice. It's really good for like, especially if you're gonna use the ricochet. Like you can like bounce if you can ricochet twice. It's good for like groups of enemies around corners. Kind of like blind fire around the corner. Threat detector. So that's pretty much my optics for the rest of the game right there. I don't think there's trajectory gen. That's uncommon. I think that's the only one of that particular mod. And operating system. Oh, I can't put any. More powerful. Overheat lasts for 5.4 seconds. Yeah, put the overheat. Because that's duration. Did I check the operating systems that he has? Probably don't have enough money for one, level 12, that's what I want to get. Transporter allows you to shoot with pistols and revolvers or sprint while carrying a body. That really increases the pace of the game. Gameplay. Especially when looting and I'll throw some points into that as I play the game so that I'm ready to get, so that by like after 100 hours I'm ready to do all the boxing matches.
Was thinking about swapping some chrome. You got any new toys?
Have a look.
Sandisk. I use that one playthrough for for a 45, 50, 60 hours. It's kind of cool where you can press a button and it was like kind of like being able to slow down time when you want, like you can in like the first or the Fear games. But I don't know. It seemed to affect my frame rate because it's really intensive when you're slowing down the screen. I think it really taxes the CPU. Epic. See, now I would get that that's usually what I get, but still 17 street cred away from being able to purchase that. See, it's good to be able to have. This is like because you can like when you got like 5 slots compared to 2, when you got more quick hacks. Plus you got the quick hack cooldown by 45, increases combat quick hack duration by 40%, and you can just do a lot more device hacks. It's just really, and so it's like to get that 30 street cred, I could probably get 30 street cred just doing everything in Watson, or damn close to it, maybe between 25 and 30 street cred, so you have that like upgraded operating system and the double jump and the crochet optics going into the rest of the from Watson going into the rest of the map.